Yep, follow that is right. So, what a beautiful day. What a fun time to witness our kids, the stories, the songs. There's a lighter touch, there's a higher energy. I haven't seen y'all sing and move and stomp your feet. So now that I know it's possible, we're gonna ratchet it up. And it is easy to get a little caught up, right? To feel like we are only here to witness and to celebrate youthful energy and talent. But you know me, I don't want you to miss the key takeaways. So here I am, your human highlighter, just drawing right over it. Now, we offered a week-long day camp right here for kids from 6 to 12. We had youth counselors. They were here Monday through Friday from early until well into the afternoon. They spent their week here learning songs and stories to share with you today, stories about love, generosity, and justice. Everybody participated in this service, and it's in our general worship flow, but we've had some twists, and we didn't die. See how this works? We can be a little flexible. We started with enter, rejoice, and come in, and we did a special way of greeting each other, and we sang Spirit of Life to settle in, and then we had our first couple of stories. And the first story, I Am Love, can be so sweet. And those little faces, oh my God. So pleasing to the ear that we might miss the grit. We might miss the grit, which is to say, we might miss what's actually being asked of us. So, do you remember? Because we're going to go over it again. Because I don't want you just lulled into being a passive observer. The story begins with something being wrong. And the immediate question, what can I do? Now, that is a reality most of us should be pretty familiar with, yes? Many of us begin our days by looking at the headlines and confirming our suspicions that the world is going to hell in a handbasket, a hell we don't even believe in. For many of us, the very next thing that happens is that we begin to wring our hands. What can I do? What can I do? And I have to say, when in doubt, this was not a bad list to turn to, right? Listen. Exactly. You miss the little voices unless you're listening. Be present. You got all kinds of nerve endings firing away, but go ahead and be present to them and to other people's too. Hug and hold. Hold what's going on. Offer a hug. Speak with care. That means don't go from reading the headline to giving your reaction, friends. Because that's generally not kind or caring, is it? Just between us. Give thanks. Not everything is awful, and if you're only railing against what's wrong, you miss what's right. Keep your mind and your body healthy and safe. You can't do anything for anybody unless you are tending to you and your stuff. Embrace a healthy perspective. Nobody is perfect, everybody is worthy, and all of us are connected. We're all each other's bond and magnitude, as Gwendolyn Brooks said. Remember those who came before, the ones who have died and the ones who've gone away. They've gone through stuff too. Notice the goodness around you. Notice the goodness around you because it's happening. And remember, we are love. We are love, and it takes a bit of work and it takes a lot of practice to live from that place. That's a really important story because, as our second story pointed out, we are the builders. Nobody would buy a children's book called We Are the Complainers, Worriers, and Self-Righteous Malcontents. I know some of us could write it, but no one will buy it. Somehow we have to put together something that we actually want our kids to inherit and learn from. Because no matter what we say we want them to learn, they learn much more from our doing. So how you doing? What kind of modeling are you doing? See, we don't want them to be malcontents. We don't want them to be complainers. We want them to know that they are loved and that they are empowered. And they told us there are all kinds of ways to build. We need first responders, we need disruptors, we need caregivers, experimenters, storytellers, visionaries, leaders, and healers. Whatever is your gift, you're needed. So bring it. So bring it humbly, awkwardly, intentionally, generously, tentatively, confidently, respectfully, lovingly. Bring it. We need you to build with us. Now, you might think, okay, I'm at quota. That's all I can take in. But there's more. Wait, there's more. You got to practice living from love. Let yourself be a builder. But there is more, and our next story will share that sometimes the problem isn't actually only out there. It's how we've let out there form how we think and live. Sometimes the problems in our world are so big that we just want to hang out with our friends and have fun. We want it all to be easy. We want what we want, and we don't want to be seen as doing anything wrong or unfair ever. Sometimes we do things that subconsciously feed our ego by stacking the deck or ignoring that the deck has been stacked in our favor. Here's that story. It maybe challenges us to stop doing that.
And as Wendy alluded, our next story is about justice. And in this story, we meet two characters, Oliver and Sue. And Sue just is thinking she's playing a fair game, but it's not really fair at all. How can they make this fun and equitable? That is the question that we are going to answer in Oliver the Octopus and the Unwinnable Game.
On a beautiful Saturday morning at sea, young Oliver swam high and low. His octopus arms swirled around and around as he shot past the coral below.
Oliver, stop! You're just who I need. I need help with my friends. Can I get your advice? Those cavefish are acting so sore.
Sue and the cavefish decided to play dart games all day, but they suddenly ran out of time. She was having such fun, but they left. Everyone. She wondered, what could be her crime?
You played dart games? I imagine that you must have won. Maybe they left when the game felt unfair, because unwinnable games are not fun. But what was unfair? All the darts were the same, and the players stood back at the same distance. Our target, exactly the same shape and size. And no one had any extra assistance. But your friends are all cavefish, and cavefish don't even have eyes. Your eyesight is great. You can play with great aim.
Sue forgot she was controlling the way the dart flies. She was born to be better at throwing those darts. Just look at her tail with its prong.
Why should I care? I'm sure it was fair. Is it really my fault I'm the best? We had the same rules, and they still lost the game. They shouldn't be feeling so stressed. Let's just think this one through. What if you couldn't compete? Here, take some shells. Can you juggle them well? If you can, then dinner's my treat. You're on. I'm taking you up on your bet.
She juggled some shells for a very short spell. Then she dropped them, which made her upset.
My turn.
Grabbing 8 shells as he tossed them with circus-like flair, he juggles the shells for what feels like a year.
That's really not fair. But I followed the rules and I easily conquered this game. But you have 8 arms. The odds were not even close to the same. All you can now see. In effect, you agree. Fair roles are at the end of the story.
Some creatures don't have the head start. It's hard for them to earn glory.
Equality is what you were talking about when you said that you won the game fairly.
You felt like your friends had identical tools, and you conquered the game fairly and squarely.
It's a topic that's tricky. Without any doubt, true equity is quite hard to find.
I can't give you octopus arms, and you can't make cavefish not blind.
But it helps to be aware that we're lucky in some ways other than others.
So whenever you can, be sure everyone has a fair shot.
Sue wanted to find a new way to be fair, and she saw why her friends were annoyed.
She made a new game that was fair to them all.
Pin the tail on the whale.
This is a game they all enjoyed.
Woo, yeah!